Now it's time to implement Elevenlabs speech synthesis. So while we are here, guys, I would really appreciate if you rate my course. Please, guys, just have some time to maybe rate my course. That would really help me a lot. Thank you. So now let's add our speech synthesis from Elevenlabs. So for that, let's come back to our browser. Let's minimize this. So you need to come on to this URL. Just go on ahead and come to beta.elevenlabs.io. So when you get here, this is the page where you are coming to, and then we have a testing box here where they give us 333 characters. So in here we can just write whatever we want or paste anything and then generate it to speak. So for example, we can come to application, and in here we can see if we can copy all of this. We can copy that, then we can come back here and paste it. Let's minimize. So our words are more than 300 characters. Maybe let's take these like smaller ones. Let's see if we can copy this. Let's copy and then paste that here. Let's minimize. So we can come here and select the voice that we want. So let's try Arnold, the default one. Let's see if we get anything.
Hello, how can I assist you today?
So that's how Adam sounds. We can also maybe change here and get like, let's try Bella.
Hello, how can I assist you today?
So you can try with all sorts of different voices and see how it sounds. So that's how it works here. You can just give it any text and we will have the default 333 characters here. So now let's go on ahead and implement it in our application. So for that we need to log in. We need to sign up if you don't have an account, or sign in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sign in. So I've already created my account with a Google Gmail. So I'm clicking on my Gmail here. So now that I've signed in, the default characters is 10,000. As you can see, I can also go on ahead and try out here, text whatever I want, and then generate, and then need to speak. Then you can change the voice settings here. You can also select the voice, and you can add also a new voice. You can train your voice. So all that is some different things that you can do with this. So nice. So now let's go on ahead and come back to resources here, then click on API document, API docs for developers. So here we have a text to speech, convert text into audio. If we expand this, we can see how we can do that. It's exactly the same like how we were getting ChatGPT's response. So here we need to get the voice ID in our path and put it in our path, and then in our header we need the API key, and then we need to put that API key, and then in the body it's the same thing. The content type should be application.json, And then we have the string that we are sending, the text that we want it to convert. Then we have the voice settings, and then this is our default settings for stability and similarity boost. If we come down here, we can see that the response of 200, we get the audio file, and then the error, we get this. So down here we can also get the list of voices from the API, and then choose from that like exactly what is happening in the ChatGPT's API. So here we are only, for now we are only interested into getting the speech. So this is the voice ID that they are giving us here, the default voice ID. So we can even try it out from here. Let's click on try it out. So there is our voice ID, and then here we need to put our API key. But even if we did not, we don't put here, it will still work because we are logged in, we are inside here. So this is a request body, and then this is our header, that's our path. So on the response, first, since we are trying it right now, on the text there is just the word string. So if we want, we can write our text here. Let's say hello world, and then we can go ahead and execute this. Okay, it has loaded and it's successful. We can try to play it from here.
Hello world.
Okay, so as you have heard, we have successfully changed this into audio, and she has spoken with the default voice, which is this one. So also in here, you can see that we need the base URL as well, because everything is coming after /v1, and then we have text to speech. Even when we come down here, we want to get the voices /v1 and text to speech, /v1 and voices, voice settings, everything. So everything before version 1 here is the same. So everything before that, it's this up to here. We know that this is the same. So what are we going to do? The same thing we did from ChatGPT. We are going to copy this from here. Let's copy that. Then open up our application, and then maybe let's close everything that we don't need here for now. Bottom chat list, AI chat list, and then we go to our API constants here. Let's create another one here. So down here we are going to say string 11labs base URL. Let's equal to this string. Okay, and then of course let's do another one for the API key. So here we are going to say Elevenlabs API key. We are going to paste our API key here. So let's come back to our browser. The next thing that we're going to do is to get our API key. So to get that, let's come back here, and then on our profile here, we click there, and then let's click profile. Here is our API key here. I have already generated mine. For you guys, just need to generate a new one and then copy it. So after you have copied it, you know exactly what to do. You need to come back to the application and then paste it here. So I'm going to paste my API key right now. So I've pasted my API, my Elevenlabs API key here. I'm going to go ahead and close my API constants now. Then let's come back to our browser. We go back to the documentation. Now let's create our method to get the audio bytes. So for that, let's just come back to our application. Okay, let's come back to API service. So this will be a similar method. So we can just, for time saving, let's copy this method. Let's just copy all of it. And then in this one, let's first of all say get audio bytes, and then it's going to be a future method, but here we are going to return it's called UINT, this one. It's this one coming from Flutter services. And then here we'll name it as let's say fetch audio bytes, like that. And then all we need to send is our text that we need to be converted, and then we also need to send another string of voice ID. And then we don't need to check if it is text, so let's first of all remove one of these, and then let's remove this, and then also remove this. Let's remove this. So here, that's where we need to change things. So in the URL here, let's pass here our OpenAI base URL. OpenAI. Sorry, we named it as Elevenlabs base URL. And then this side now, what we want to do is we want to keep this slash, and then what we want to add is our voice ID, which is when we come back here, because we need to pass this, we actually need to pass the text to speech as well. So maybe where did we copy that? Here. Let's copy it from here up to here. Let's copy again and then come back to the application Then let's go back to our API constants again. Let's paste this here up to the text to speech. Okay, let's close that again, and then so we have 11Labs base URL and then the voice ID exactly the way it is here. So if we check this one, it comes like this, and then text to speech, and then we have the voice ID. Okay, so now let's come back to our application. Next, we need the content type, which is the same, and then here on the authorization, instead of it's writing authorization, let's come back. We need to write the way it is here. It's like this one, API XI hyphen API key hyphen key. Let's copy that, then come back here and then paste that here. And then the next thing to do now is to add our Elevenlabs. Let's remove the bearer. Then let's say Elevenlabs API key. So we don't need that $sign. So this is our header here. The header is done. And then now we go back to the body. What we're going to do here, we're going to say this is not going to change, and then on the we need to give it a key here, or let's just come back to our browser here and let's copy all of this. Let's copy this, go to application, and then let's paste this inside like that, and then let's add more things here. So on the text, what we have here is our text above, which is this one. We just need to write text, and then let's also give it a key, not here, down on top here. Let's move it like that. Let's remove that. Then here let's give it a key, which is going to be the Elevenlabs API key, this same key here. Let's paste it and add a comma. So let's close this out. We need to add a comma here. What are we missing here? Okay, so we are missing a bracket. I'm sure we're missing a bracket here. So let's add an extra bracket. Okay, and then we can move this down. What else is required here? So let's also add some audio settings. We add the comma here, and then let's continue to add some audio settings here. So for that, let's first get the language, which will be here we have to type H1. This language will be English, the US English. And then next, let's get the audio type. We'll get it in a WAV format. Next, let's get the quality. We get the quality like this. and then we have to say 44HZ underscore 16-bit. All this is coming from documentation. Stereo, that will be our audio format. So this is how we get the response. This is how we request from Elevenlabs. Yeah. So this is how we request from Elevenlabs, and then next we need to check here. Now let's remove this, and then let's check here. If response dot status code, it is equal to 200, which means we are successful. So let's delete this. We're going to say final bytes will be equal to response dot body bytes. Okay, that's how we are getting our bytes. And then let's just return the bytes like that, meaning we're set. In the else, where we have an error, we're just going to throw an exception, and then let's say failed to load audio, like that. And then we can now remove all this. This will be our method to get the audio. So what we are doing is just we have just added these to get the audio quality and the type. All of these we got from here. So we can also get the list of voices here and all these settings, but for now we are only interested in synthesizing the voice and to convert the text into this voice. So now let's end this video right here, and in the next one we continue from here.